Hey, welcome to Spring White's release. We are going to go over early release of 2021 Chenin Blanc, Roussanne and Rosé, and cross over to vintage 2020 with Chardonnay. So 2021 was a rather warm year. So what that does is give us a lot of times a little more body volume, weight, rich characteristics. Sometimes subdues some of the aromatics just a little bit compared to cooler vintages. So what we're going to see first is Chenin Blanc. We're going left to right across this set. Chenin is got a nice, crisp, bright, refreshing style to it. Pretty classic. Get some citrus, leans towards grapefruit, maybe some peach notes to it. Really pleasant. Chenin is relatively consistent, so I think this one's going to be right on par. Roussanne, which is second, is favored in these warmer years, makes a really full, rich, deep depth characteristic wine. Conditions were good for it to hang quite late, so it's got a lot of like honey notes to it, maybe some butterscotch, and is really an excellent aging wine. So if this one can cellar for a year, if not two, you're going to see some really interesting things come out of it, and I think this is a great year for that. Three Chardonnays, in brief summary, are same fruit, same day. Coming from 2020 vintage, which was much cooler, so that's a year that tends to show brighter characteristics, fresher notes to it, really pleasant. These are older Chardonnay vines at this point, 21-year-old vines balance really nicely. So what we have is the Classic Chardonnay, which is steel fermented, neutral oak aged, great freshness, fullness, without all the buttery and oaky, but a full-bodied Chardonnay, really nice. Again, refreshing notes from the vintage year. And then we have the Zero Sulfite and the Amphora Chardonnay. So the Zero Sulfite is barrel fermented. It is kept in that same barrel, which we're using a larger 500-liter puncheon barrel at this point. After 4 days skin contact, it presses, ferments in that barrel, stays in there on the heavy lees, which is the yeast sediment, never gets moved. Those lees act as the natural antioxidant and goes straight into the bottle from there. So about 5 months before it gets bottled, and then it bottle ages. The last one is the Amphora skin contact, which is an orange wine. So it's 2 weeks on the skins. Both the Zero Sulfite and the Amphora are bottled unfiltered. So they lean more towards that natural wine slant. And this one has just richer textural flavor characteristics coming from the skin contact. So interesting attributes there, plus being in the amphora, which is reminiscent of vessels that were used in wines that could have been produced in ancient times. Last one is the 2021 rosé, dry rosé specifically. So this is based on Petit Verdot. We've identified a block of the Petit Verdot that's really ideal, that retains really nice acidity, so we get all the more fresh vibrancy from it with the complexity and flavor that we're looking for. So overall, really pleasant set of wines to come out. Real excited about all of them. Hope you enjoy. Thanks.